Hi, my name is Mokgadi, a software developer here at PPO. As a development team, we follow agile principles. That means we work iteratively, we respond quickly to change, and we continuously refine our processes. In this kind of an environment, visibility is critical. We need to understand what we are working on, why we are working on it, and how it impacts the business. And we have to do this without slowing ourselves down with unnecessary administrative overheads. That is where tags become extremely valuable. On our work item entity in PPO, we have configured a multi-custom list field and we allow users to add items on the fly. When creating work items, whether it's resolving a defect, implementing a PPO feature, or deploying a security patch, we often need to classify them in multiple ways. Traditionally, each new classification requirement may result in adding a custom field. Over time, this clutters the edit page. Tags provide a more scalable and flexible alternative. They allow us to categorize work dynamically without changing the structure of the work item or introducing additional custom fields. For example, a single work item can simultaneously be tagged as security, infrastructure, production, business critical, and any other relevant classification. This gives us a multi-dimensional categorization without structural complexity. Now let me demonstrate how this works in practice. Let's look at a quick example. Here I have a work item to configure a process to notify us if a SQL backup process fails or it exceeds a defined duration threshold in the production environment. For this item, we may assign tags such as production because it relates to the production environment, infrastructure because it affects core infrastructure, business critical because backups directly impacts business continuity, monitoring because it involves configuring monitoring processes. If you look down here, we've got a field called tags, and at the moment it is empty. Now, if I hit on edit button, I come down here, I can assign this item a tag of production because it involves production environment. I can also assign it a tag for infrastructure because it involves key infrastructure. And I can also assign a business critical tag. Business critical tag. So you can see that tag is not part of the list here. That means I need to add a new tag. So I can hit on the plus button next to the field. Click on the plus button and say business critical. I save, and that is tagged. Then I also need to add the monitoring tag, which is not part of the list here. Therefore, I can hit the plus button again to add a new tag called monitoring. And then I can hit on that to tag my item. Now I hit on submit. Now if I come down here, you can see my work item now has got 4 different tags. Meaning I can, if I want to see this item in a list or on a report, I can filter for infrastructure. This item will appear. If I filter on production, it will appear. If I filter on business critical, it will appear. If I filter on monitoring, it will appear. Or if I filter on all of them or any combination of the 4, that item will appear. Now let's see the impact on the list page. So I go and hit the work items list page. So here I've got a list items where I'm responsible and I'm only looking at the active work items. If I say, okay, I'm only interested in production work items, I'll go to my tags and search for production. Then I hit on production. and then my work items appears immediately. Then if I say I want monitoring, instead of production, I'm just interested in monitoring work items. Again, my work item appears there. If management later on they want visibility into all business critical work items, this item will also appear in that list if they filter on business critical. We didn't have to create a single new custom field. We didn't modify the work item layout. We didn't introduce additional complexity. We just simply classified the data in a flexible and scalable way. Now consider maybe a future requirement where we decide to start tracking compliance related work separately. We don't need to redesign the form. We simply introduce a new tag, compliance, and begin applying it to the relevant items. That's agility at its best. In closing, tags enables us to categorize work generically, filter and report dynamically, avoid unnecessary custom fields, and adapt quickly to new classification requirements. Consistent tagging ensures better visibility and improved reporting accuracy. Tags give us flexibility without structural overhead, and that's why they matter. And that's it for today. If you'd like more practical tips, real examples, and updates like this, we regularly share insights and best practices on our blog, including information about new features as they are released. To stay informed, simply visit our blog on the website, enter your email, first name, last name, and click you are subscribed. It only takes few seconds and you will stay up to date with everything you need to know. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.